Welcome to Rooster Radio, a broadcast dedicated to supporting and promoting local artists in the Gaston County and surrounding areas.
That's fucking. I like to bark at people, but not when I'm fucking them. I bark at.
Start the show right there on that line.
I bark at my coworkers sometimes just for fun.
I bark at dogs.
My fucking grandpa barks at my dog.
I'm communicating with them. I'm talking to them.
You know what else my grandpa does that's really fucking weird? Or he used to. He used to eat milk bones.
Oh, that
like the little biscuits?
Like the dog treats.
Grandpa's, he's seen some things.
My grandpa, my grandpa ain't right. That's where I got it from. Clearly.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. We're gonna introduce you guys. We have got is 3/4? We got 3/4 of They're Red Hot. This is the latest, greatest tribute here in the Charlotte area. They're a tribute to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they'll be performing here at the Rooster on New Year's Eve. Say hello, guys.
Meow.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Hi.
Meow. Meow, meow, meow.
Rough, rough.
He's jumping it rough.
I promise I'll behave from now on.
So we got Craig, we got Ty, we got Emily. What is it? Emily, I'm assuming you're the bassist?
Yes.
Hey, what do you guys do?
Unbelievable bases.
John Frusciante on guitar.
Yep, I'll be Anthony. That's a hell of a fun part. A lot to remember. Holy crap.
I get a lot of fun
words.
outfits, so.
Yeah, he's very verbose.
Yeah, he's got a lot to say, and sometimes it doesn't make any damn sense.
This ding a dong.
Jigga jigga dong, digga digga bomb bad.
Just finesse.
Do you feel
California.
silly doing that in practice? Like, does it feel weird?
No, I mean I don't know why he would write that. I get so intrigued at like why the hell did he do this, or why did he write that, or what the hell does this mean? So it's really fun to just kind of think about the meaning behind the lyrics and everything. And like, ding ding dong, ding 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 dong. Like I was assuming
So
that,
profound.
yeah, I was assuming that maybe he's talking about all around the world and he's giving China a shout out or something. I don't know.
That's not very politically
That's actually
correct.
possible.
But there are other groups that use the ding ding dong,
Yeah.
ding 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 ding. I mean, it's all ding ding dongs all over the place. Well, never mind.
Ding
Jesus,
Ding dongs
That's a
everywhere.
real.
ding ding dongs are all over the
Dongs all
place.
over the place. This is
Door
gonna be a
open, I
fun
just
one.
walk right
Is that
through
what
it.
your life is like? Ding dongs all over the place.
Hey, you know what? You would never be. I'm
you
never
seen
shocked
her
at what's
DMs?
seen back here. No, that the messages you get for me.
We got a message this week. Somebody it said, "Hey, green room girl, I'm gonna holler," and left his phone number.
Yes, he came back here and he was like,
Look.
Good on you, dog. Good
So
on
you should really expand off of that. You could have your own podcast.
I could.
The
Green
green
room
room
girl.
girl.
Yeah,
TM.
I've seen some things.
All you got to do is talk about ding
I've seen some
dongs.
things.
So, what made y'all? I mean, how'd y'all get this going, man? Because we know Emily because Venus Invictus has been here several times. We
Yep.
love them, love those guys. How did you guys come into the fold? How did this all get started? Whose idea was this?
I mean, I'd say it was Craig over here.
Mostly my idea. Tyler and I play in an original band together. He's our bass player.
What's the name of that
Careless Romantic,
Yeah,
representing.
we brought shirts.
Oh, nice.
Sure, it's cool.
band? We got to get you guys in here.
Oh, yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. So I quit my real job about a year ago and I'm gonna make this music thing work one way or another. And seems like Charlotte has a huge market for tributes. Like a lot of people are really into that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
figured
Yes,
we'd
they
jump
are.
in. John Frusciante has been like my biggest
Influence.
motivator, influence forever. So it seemed natural. And then this guy can play the hell out of a bass, but he also can rap pretty good. And I was like,
I've got a rap album or two.
yeah.
Oh, really? Under what name?
Studio Gangsters.
Okay.
I mean, it was about 10, 12 years ago. But
Okay.
but we do have two albums.
I'm definitely checking.
They're they're raunchy and hilarious and
That's right up his alley.
very beasties. We wore tracksuits, the whole deal. We
Dude.
got pretty big in Chapel Hill for a minute. It was fun.
Is that where you're from?
No, I'm from right here in Charlotte.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, we're not in Charlotte.
No, we're in
Yes,
Gaston.
dude.
But yeah, Charlotte area, Fort Mill really.
Okay.
But
So you decide. So you've got your own original band. You quit your job. You're dedicated to music. You realize quickly that original music doesn't really pay well.
Nothing.
So you're like, the tributes are doing great. So let's pick the hardest fucking band
Yep.
to
Basically.
play.
I learned. I think that's why there's not an abundance of Chili Peppers tributes out there. It's fucking hard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really
It's very
difficult
hard.
music.
Thing
to
out
play,
there.
yeah.
not anybody's like super into doing the funk, and not everybody can.
Yeah.
There's so many metal guys out there. There's so many rock and roll guys out there, and like even in our original band, I mean, we get funky, we get bluesy, we get kind of everywhere. So it's just natural for us to be like, why wouldn't we not do this?
And how did y'all get Emily into the mix?
How did I meet you? Was that through Trevor?
Yeah,
'Cause
Trevor.
we have an original band as well
Yes.
outside of this other original band.
We should be hitting the ground running
Yeah,
next
that's a
year.
startup.
But
That's-
Okay.
I got with Trevor to work on some of this indie band stuff, and then we were at practice one day, and they were talking, "Oh yeah, we have a Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, you need a bass player? Sign me the fuck up, let's go!"
She's already bought the bone suit.
I'm,
This,
I
this
got,
is the
I got
skeleton
the,
suit.
I got the
Yeah.
skeleton onesie. I'm about to make some pants that are covered in stuffed animals.
She just
I'm
has
going,
that. You have that.
I'm
fleek
going
energy,
ape
dude.
shit.
You
She
really
jumped
do.
right in.
going
She's buying,
crazy.
buying a new instrument just for this. Fit the
I'm-
part.
I'm excited to
Really
see.
investing.
It's one of the things I respect most about specifically the tribute bands we've had here is the dedication to tributing
Yes.
the band, like not putting your own spin on it, like being the band.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I could
It's
I
not
really
yours
yeah
to handle and make original. It's
exactly.
theirs.
I told him, from the beginning, I'll do whatever it takes, but I'm not gonna put my dick in a sock. So
It wouldn't fit. That's why.
We almost let
It's
her go.
true,
over
this
They
this.
don't make socks that big.
Who knows? I might get a nude suit and tape a sock to my crotch. Who knows? We'll see.
And
sew
who's
that
playing
up?
drums for you? Let's shout out your drummer
So
too.
Trevor, that's
Trevor
how
Orr.
the other original band. We
Okay.
got Trevor Wallace. He's just insanity on drums. He's a metal guy, so toning him down for the Chili Peppers.
Yeah, he was
We-
here
we-
on Friday with Reflect Refine. That's his
Right.
band. So
Oh, he played here on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Cool. I
they
didn't
were
know that.
fantastic. I hadn't seen him yet.
Oh, okay. Now I'm like, who was
Yeah.
the drummer in that band? I had to.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were,
that
they were
guy's
fantastic.
He's unbelievably talented on every instrument.
dude, he does everything.
Yeah,
Sings
he's
so well.
guitar, all of it.
He does everything except show up for a podcast. Fucker.
Shout out to
Get-
Trevor.
Yeah,
Getting
Trevor.
paid the drum.
Well, I gotta say, I was just thrilled when Emily reached out about doing a Chili Peppers tribute show, and I was struggling to figure out what to do for New Year's Eve. Last year, we had only been open a couple of months. Not a lot of people knew we were here, and I had some friends that do hip hop promotion and stuff, and we did a hip hop show, and the show was great, but the handful of the people that came, they just wanted to be at our New Year's Eve party. I don't think they were really into the hip hop thing. Like we do hip hop shows, a lot of them, and I got heavy metal and hip hop are my two favorite types of music to listen to.
Love it.
And I'm old school hip hop head, so that's why I'm going to go check your band out. I want to see what you got there.
Brace
But
yourself, sir.
I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
There you go.
But I'm so I was like, okay, well that didn't really work real well. I the turnout was just decent. It was okay, but it didn't seem to be a good vibe. So I'm struggling, and I really want to pack this place out for New Year's. So I'm looking at my calendar. Like a metal show is probably not the best thing to do. I want to get some. We have this great metal community in the Charlotte scene,
Oh, yeah.
and I didn't want to compete against every other venue in Charlotte for a metal show. So and then you reached out, and I think we put a date in the books for next year for the tribute, but then I came back to Emily and was like, hey, what are you doing New Year's Eve? And so we made this happen, and then I'm like, okay, well, let's get another band in here. We're really close with the Carolina Vibes. We love those guys. They kind of do like the ska type music. And so I reached out to them, and this felt really fucking weird because one of the things I pride myself on not trying to direct artists. Like I try not to tell people what to do. Like it's your show, do what you want, have fun. But we're friends. I'm like, how would you guys feel about doing this with Blum set? And they were like, we would fucking love that. So it worked out perfect. So we've got a Sublime tribute, and we've got the Chili Peppers tribute for New Year's. What more could you ask for? Get your ass down here on New Year's Eve. So
And alcohol.
Sublime is the reason I
Great
started
time.
playing bass.
Really?
Food
Oh, yeah.
too. There's gonna be some good
Oh
food.
yeah, true food.
Yeah, that guy's the king of thunder.
Yeah,
Eric
mean,
Wilson.
yeah, I was a huge fan. Like Bradley Noel's passing was probably like I don't really get into celebrity worship. I think it's kind of silly, the way people get all crazy about celebrities and their lives. But
So
when
you're not a fanboy?
yeah, I'm not really a fanboy.
Sorry.
I mean, there's a couple out there that I might get
You
a
might
little
fanboy
nervous.
over
I
a
might
little
fanboy
bit,
over, but they're all musicians. But when Bradley passed, like that one kind of I was like, fuck. And they were my favorite band for most of the '90s.
Yeah.
Fucking love Sublime.
They were my favorite
yeah.
band after he passed.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I didn't even really know who they were. I was young.
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
It was like I discovered them. I was like,
Aging
oh, this
myself.
band's awesome. Look them up, and then realized that he had passed. And I was like, damn it. Even
Yeah,
though it
the
was 10
dude
years
had
later.
it all, man. I mean, I've watched the documentaries and everything. Like I was a super fan of Sublime, and Chili Peppers. I actually I've seen them once. Have you all seen them live?
I've never.
I've
seen
seen them 3 times. Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah, when I saw Chili Peppers last, it was raining so hard. Were you at that one? That was like an
No.
iconic Charlotte one. Good God, it was raining so hard. And I remember you could get away with sitting in the bleachers. You could get away with just like pissing out of the bottom of your shorts.
Yes.
It was like midsummer. It was so wet, nobody noticed.
Yeah,
Gross.
No bathroom trips.
I accidentally pissed on a guy once at a show.
I'm not the only one saying
I was
what
filling
you
up a kid because this was an outdoor show at Ziggy's. It was Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace. It was like one of those tours, and they had like one bathroom outside, and the line was so long I couldn't wait. So I just filled up my empty beer can, and it got too full, and the guy in front of me got a leg full of piss, and I felt so bad.
Y'all
All right.
Damn, I
so
spilled my
bad.
beer.
All right, let's pass around piss stories.
This is disgusting. No, let's not do that. The last time the Chili Peppers were here, I wanted to go, but the tickets were so goddamn
fuck are
expensive.
you
Oh, I
into,
know.
freak?
Let's exchange piss
But
stories.
the one time I did get to see the Chili Peppers was in 1999 at Woodstock in Rome, New
Oh,
York.
yeah. That's a
Hell
great
I
set.
drove
Damn.
up there with a couple, my cousin and one of our buddies. We drove up for the weekend, and they were actually the very last band to play at Woodstock in '99. And they did the sock thing. It was a pretty epic show, man. They had
Of all
everybody.
3 days, they were the last?
Yeah, they were the very last
Dang.
one on Sunday. They closed the show out, and they had
That was an honor.
300,000 people take their shirts off and spin their shirts in the air. It was pretty wild, man.
Wow.
It was-
Just like a helicopter.
yeah. He was a North Carolina artist,
Yeah. Of course.
but no, they were an incredible. So it's been over 20 years since I've seen any Chili Peppers live. So I'm really stoked on this show.
I think we do it justice. We really rip. We got a hell of a team together. I've been so impressed with every single person in the band.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do the full dress up and everything. Mainly from like the Slane Castle performance. That's kind of an iconic video, but just down to like the Anthony's gloves, and his shirts was hard to find, and
We searched for that.
I'll
one.
bet.
I mean, I'm making
There's, like,
fucking pants
Reddit
covered in stuffed
forums
animals.
available.
Whoa. So, you said Emily's going to get the suit. I was going to say because that would be a little weird if you really went all flea on that.
We
I'll
promoted
shake my
it.
head for it.
We were down for it. It was up to her, but not a fan of the nudity apparently.
I'd have to get like 2 really big socks and then
Or sock pasties.
sock pasties.
Sock
Pasties.
pasties.
I'm sure there's
Yeah.
a market for that somewhere.
all right, somebody look it up. There's got to be a website.
Well, actually, we have enough time there. There is one of the burlesque dancers makes pasties. So she could probably make you some sock pasties.
Dang.
I'm just
I don't
saying.
know.
We're in the right
I don't
place.
know. I don't
We
know
came
about
to the right
being
place.
naked in front of a bunch of people, but I'm also gonna need a giant sock for my butt.
Butt sock.
Nude suit.
Butt
Just put
sock.
the stuff on the.
See, that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. Just duct tape some
Just-
socks.
We're
to my
sorry. We're
crotch.
sorry we even showed up here.
No, this is great. This is so great. I mean, it's starting to get a little creepy. We're trying to convince Emily to get naked, so maybe we should.
Nude suit.
I'm scared.
Nude suit.
This is how it starts.
Hey,
We're gonna end up in the
I
news.
get told almost every show to take it off. So
That's true. Yeah, we got shout out to Mike and Tanya. Tanya is notorious for screaming "Take it off"
she
when
did
she
that
gets with Harold
one of
gets
the
on
very
stage.
first nights I went on stage because I was just like super nervous, and she yelled that, and all that nervousness just went out the window. And so she consistently yells it, and if she's not here, somebody yells it.
Yeah,
So-
it's more like to relieve the tension than
It
anything
does.
else.
Good
It
home
really
tradition.
does.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And
I'm
it-
excited about the room. Thank y'all so much for having us in the cast, and this is an amazing thing that you have going on here. And
Appreciate that, man.
I mean, was this like a combo dream? Did you decide to do a podcast and a venue at the same time, or did it?
So it took me
evolve,
4
or-
years to get this place open. From the day I decided I was going to do this and started looking at property to the day we got open, it was exactly 4 years. During that time, I had a lot of time because COVID happened. That's why it took so long. So I had a lot of time to kind of think about what I would do, and then it was actually in my business plan that I presented to the bank that we would have a podcast to promote shows. And the plan was always to get open first and then start doing the podcast to promote. But then COVID happened, and I was actually inspired by my daughter doing Zoom classes online.
Oh, yeah.
Like she was still in elementary school. She was doing Zoom, so I'm stuck at the house. I ended up out of work for a couple of months, but then went back to work. And while I'm at home, I'm watching her do Zoom, and I'm like, we can talk to artists and do a podcast. And the first season really of episodes, we were figuring out like what we were going to do. It was more like an interview than it was a conversation.
Yeah.
Like I had put together like some questions that I thought would be interesting questions to ask anybody. And we were kind of following that format. So after we did like 16 or 17 episodes, I started going back and listening to it. And then after listening to like 4 or 5 episodes in a row, I'm like, this is the same fucking show. This is the same show over and over. So after that, I decided to kind of change it up a little bit and just kind of make it more of a conversation, let people talk about whatever comes up. We've had episodes where we've shit on social media. We've had episodes where we're just being silly the whole time. Like you never know. It's always an extension of whoever we have on the couch, right? So I just kind of let the energy in the room take the conversation wherever it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. You're doing
Great
a great
idea.
job. We both listened to a few episodes just before we came on here, and I got entertained enough. I went through a few episodes. Like I'll be listening.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
I'll
you for
definitely
that.
listen.
Yeah, I joke that we have dozens of views. Dozens of views.
Maybe 20.
Yeah, but I'm grateful for anybody that takes the time. Like, I never thought I was that interesting before. I still don't really think I am, but
I don't think I am
yeah,
either,
I
so.
think that the artist is what makes it interesting because every show's different. Every show's
Yeah.
like we're getting to know somebody, and I've said it a bunch. I really love telling stories or hearing stories. Like that's why I start with like, how did this come together? Like I want and we can even dig deeper. We can talk about like with your original band. I mean, how did you guys get going in the Charlotte scene? Like what was your first project? Was the hip hop thing the first thing you did musically?
It was the first thing I did musically. And let's see.
Every episode.
Me and my
Every fucking episode.
Except for the last two.
me and my drummer, we were best friends and played together and just everything we did. We both kind of got picked up as a rhythm section for Jake Haldenvang. He was on.
Oh shit! No way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I've known Jake since I was like 14. That's
I love
crazy.
Jake. But yeah, we played with Jake. Yeah, probably since Jake was about 17. He was on American Idol and
Okay.
played with him through all that and stuff. And but he took us on some amazing adventures. I mean, like we got to open up for Buddy Guy, Jimmy Vaughn.
Oh, cool.
Some like real fun stuff. I mean, he's opened up for tons of people without me, but and then just one day it was just like, man, we just really want to do something original. We've been playing with Jake for so long. Let's maybe try to just do something. And we put it together with our other best friend. So I'm like literally in the band with my two best friends. We had another guitar player originally. For the second album, Craig took over, and we at one point had a 6-member band, which is, I mean, getting 6 people, 6 grown men who aren't getting paid for it in the same room
Yeah.
is damn near impossible. But we did it. We just finished an album. It's a 6-song EP. We're super proud of it. It'll be coming out soon.
And that's called Careless.
Careless Romantic. Yeah,
Romantic.
keep an eye out for the new album.
Oh, Craig, what about you? Like, how'd you get started in this scene? Like, tell a little bit about your story.
So the first 2 bands I played with, I started playing bass for this band, Prep and Barium. They've been around.
Oh, okay.
Matt
yeah.
Tolley and those guys. Yeah, I figured you probably know them. I played bass with them for a little while. This was years ago.
Was this pre-AJ?
I don't know AJ, so it must be.
Okay.
Yeah. Is AJ the drummer currently?
No. I'm talking about AJ from the Headbangers.
Oh.
AJ, well, anyway,
AJ's
I'm not
the
going to get into that
Yeah.
story. You know where I'm about to go, but
I haven't been in that circle for a little while.
Yeah.
But then played with them for a little while, and then the Phantom Friends, who I noticed was just here.
Yeah,
I played
love those guys.
guitar for them for a little while as well. And that got me into the Playroom up in Charlotte, Eddie Z, shout out. And there's obviously an abundance of musicians there. And
Is that the place up in
Yeah.
Noda?
No, that's the playroom. That was where.
Well, that's where Scars. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Yeah.
yeah, it's just like rehearsal spaces, bunch of
Yeah,
bands
we
in there.
went there and interviewed Scars Remain.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah,
did
we
a
did it.
podcast
Yeah,
in their
I
practice
did see
room.
that too. Yeah. So that got me in the Playroom, and then that just got me around music every day. I started doing some session work for some of the R&B and hip hop guys in there, playing guitar, while I sorted out which instrument I wanted to actually pursue, because ADD kept me on drums and bass and guitar for a really long time. But yeah, I started with those 2 bands, and then this guy just got a text one day. It's like, hey, my name's Tyler. I got your number from so and let's play music. And I said, sure, let's do it. So I showed up. First day, he thought that I was expecting to be paid, so that was a little awkward. He was just like, because I said, let's get something on the books then. So
I was told
like,
he was a
"Damn,
professional.
How pro is this guy? But we played music for like 5 hours, got sufficiently intoxicated together. and
Hell yeah.
After that
That's all it
first
took.
night,
Party.
after that first night, it was just like, yeah, let's do this. This is fun. So that was about 2 years ago. We've been at least twice a week or so. We're in the room making something together now.
Shout out to our guys, Matt Stash on the keys. Colton Falls is like a modern Doors singer. Brock Whitfield, who's played for countless bands. Right now he's playing in Foo For You. I'm sure we'll end up playing with them at some point. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've had Foo For You here, but you should.
Not yet.
And Brock's freaking amazing. He's played for so many bands. He got to open up for Bon Jovi one time, 25,000 people. And that's our drummer. He's well.
That's pretty.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
impressive. And Emily, I don't want to forget. We know Emily, so we forget. Like she's here too.
Can't
Let's-
forget Emily.
Yeah. So let's talk about how you got started. I mean, for those who don't know, Venus Invictus is a progressive metal band. They've played here several times. I was once upon a time I played bass, so I'm always looking. I kind of give a little more attention to the bass player when I'm watching bands playing stuff. I like to see how they're doing it. And the first time they played, I was blown the fuck away with Emily's performance.
Thank you.
What a talent. So how did that
I
happen?
appreciate it.
Yeah.
So kind of how I got my start. I grew up just surrounded by music. My mom's a musician. She plays piano. She plays cello. She does everything. So I grew up, surrounded by a very musical family. And I guess around probably like 11 or 12, I just decided one day I'm going to play bass. Nothing prompted it at all. I was just like, I want to do this. I want to do this. So I started taking lessons, just kind of learning the basics. And then after I reached a certain point where I was kind of taking off with it, I started going to Rock University.
Oh, okay.
I went there for quite a few years. They do these little groups of kids and put them in bands to learn cover songs and perform at the end of a session. And I did that for quite a few years. After that, I started playing with a local band, Death of August.
Love those.
Yeah,
Love those guys.
I was with them for about a year. that kind of got my
Did they tell you were too tall and give you walking papers?
yeah. I played with them for a year. That kind of got me on the scene, kind of in the metal scene. I ended up breaking my wrist, so I just ultimately was like, I'm just going to take a step back for now. And after I kind of healed up, I started playing with Venus again. More recently, I'm still playing with Venus. I'm in this group. I'm in a Cake tribute band, like an original indie project, and I'm also in a local cover band, so I'm very active.
Are you just doing music right now?
No, I work full time.
You still work
I'm
full-time?
dying.
It's
I'm
ridiculous.
dying on the inside.
Wow.
Sometimes we ask her to learn a song, and she's like, "Oh no, I don't have time this week. I'm not fucking doing it."
I mean, I'm guilty of that, but I also can learn it at practice.
But you know what? That actually prompts a good question. Now, the catalog that you have to pick from is enormous. There is so much music out there from the Chili Peppers. So how do you? Are you looking at what their best? Like, are you looking at charts to put your set together? Like, or are you just saying, I want to play this song or I want to play that song? How are you deciding what to put in a set?
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
There were definitely some. I don't care if anybody likes this song. I fucking love this song. I'm playing it.
We're playing it.
There's a couple of those for sure. We haven't, this New Year's thing. This is gonna be our first show. So
Right.
my goal is to have a bunch of songs known, and then just kind of gauge our audience. There's Chili Peppers fans that started with them in the '80s and love that old shit. There's people quite younger than us who like the newer stuff, so we don't want to totally neglect that side of it. But
Yeah.
have a whole list ready, and it's just like there's a bunch of old people here. Let's hit Blood Sugar Sex Magic tonight.
I had somebody ask me. I had someone ask me. They were like, "Are you playing any of the new stuff?" I was like, "We have none of that shit."
Not yet. We got some.
They are a band that has several generations of fans.
Like if their album collection was in a sandwich, we would be the meat, like right in the middle.
Okay.
Now I want a
But
sandwich.
the other thing we did, setlist.com, I went through hundreds of their shows and their set lists, and there's a ton of analytics on that website that tells you how many times they played each of their songs. So it wasn't necessarily just how popular a song is on Spotify or whatnot, but
It's what they actually
if they're
play.
playing this a lot. And then we don't do really any album versions. Everything we do is taken from a live thing. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
the
That's
solos
some
are
in-depth
improvised.
It's all Craig.
That's commitment to craft right
Right?
there. I like it.
That's all Craig.
I
I'm
wanted
gonna
to
say
do it
that
right.
now. Yeah.
I've seen two other Chili Peppers tribute. Not trying to shit talk. It's incredibly hard music, but it's if I'm gonna do this,
Do it right.
we're gonna do it elite. We're gonna be top notch.
Yeah. Now we have been fortunate to have some of the best tributes. We just had Angry Chair in here, and I tip my cap to that singer.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Is that Travis? Yeah, Travis is awesome.
Yeah, he was. And he was so nice, so pleasant to be around. Just all around great. And then of course Todd. He's wonderful to
Yeah,
work with. They were so. And he's also in Sugar. That was another one that was right on point. We've got a Grateful Dead tribute coming in January. I'm looking forward to that. My goal is to do one tribute a month at least. There might be months where we'll have a second tribute, but those are the shows that the most people come to. And as much as my goal here is to give opportunity to local musicians, and I want to do as much original as possible. But you guys are still local musicians, and that's what people come to. So that at least once a month, everyone's going to make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Like those shows are the ones that pay the bills for all of us, right? So I'm trying to do at least one a month, and I'm trying to do one cover band show a month because I don't want to. There's a fucking million cover bands out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to try to get some of the best ones in here and have one cover band show a month. And then
Hey, I
the
got
rest
a
of
cover
the
band for you.
Yeah, you got another project cooking? Jesus Christ.
I got a
Emma.
cover band and I got a Cake tribute band. What's good?
I would love to get a Cake. I actually
That
saw
would be
Cake
interesting.
years ago, man. My son was 9 or 10 years old when
Yeah.
I saw them, and they were pretty phenomenal. It was in Charlotte. It was a Halloween I remember we all dressed up for in costumes for that show, but they're a great band.
Yeah.
I don't,
It's
and
one of our
honestly,
favorites, I think.
Yeah,
what's that?
one of our favorites as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I told Craig, he was like, damn, you need a guitar player?
Sign me up. I'll play any instrument.
But
Are you gonna play Guitar Man? 'Cause
I told them we need to.
That's my favorite Cake song.
But that's actually, that's a Todd project, actually. He's involved with that, but we're still cooking, still getting things ready to perform, so hopefully we'll
Well,
be
you just
ready
let me know when that's ready to go. We'll make that happen too. But like I said, tribute shows, they're money makers. They're the ones, we want to keep doing this. So I've got to get creative and find ways to keep the doors open. So once a month we do that. Once a month we do the cover thing, and then we can have originals all throughout. And then we also, and that's another thing is no one else is doing all the different types of music that we're doing.
That's true.
Like most places
Yeah.
are like punk or metal, or this is
Yeah.
a hip hop club.
Or,
and
yeah.
I love the hip hop show. Like I said, I'm a hip hop fan. So those are fun for me because I don't have to work as hard. Those are almost always a promoter that does all the work for the show, and it's like, here's the door. Here's the door money.
There you go.
Yeah, just don't get me shot. But nah, some dude fucking walked up in the employee door the other night, and I had to throw him out.
Oh, God.
Started lurking her. I turned around. There was some stranger standing at the register. I just grabbed him and threw him out.
My sister runs an apartment complex, just totally off story. It's a really nice, fancy apartment complex. And she apparently got called in the other night because some guy wandered in there and was naked, sitting there playing the piano in the foyer.
Same. Sounds like a
I mean,
It was Emily.
yeah, sorry.
She was practicing for her flea roll.
You must have had your sock on.
Sorry, I was
Damn it, Emily.
I was just enjoying myself.
was he any good at piano?
I did ask that.
But the real question was he using his wiener to play the piano?
Just rubbing it
Bang,
off.
bang, bang,
I really
bang,
couldn't get the details. I was so intrigued though.
Because that's the first thing I would have, rightfully so. She went to handle the situation, but I probably would have pulled my phone out and recorded
Record
some
it a little
of
bit.
it.
Then
I'd be like,
probably,
you ain't gonna believe his shit. That's good stuff, man. But okay, see, I can't get the image now of this
Right.
naked dude playing a piano.
And especially she's like, but did he use? I'm like, oh my god, now.
Now that's actually one show I'd like to get here.
Ouch! Ouch!
Jesus, Emily, put that thing away.
She's slinging it out.
Sorry, I get
That's
excited.
one show I would really like to get in here that I haven't. I'd like to get a dueling piano show going here.
Oh hell yeah!
Like, do you remember a place called Rum Runners?
Oh man.
God,
Drinking
so
a few
old.
rum runners.
No,
I'm aging.
I don't even remember that.
There was one in Raleigh when I lived in that area, but they also had one on Independence in Charlotte.
It sounds like a Myrtle Beach bar.
Well, it was a dueling piano bar, right? So
Yeah.
they would have, and then there was a place at the Epicenter in Charlotte called Howl at the Moon that was
remember that
similar, but it was like a full-on band. And the idea was you would tip them and request a song, and they would play anything, right? Just about anything. And if they couldn't play the song requested, they would know something by that person, whatever. It's a really cool concept.
Yeah,
It's also kind of like an
piano jukebox.
yeah, exactly. And I'd love to get a show like that here, but that's like anyone that's on that level, like I don't have access to them. You know what I mean? Like there was one guy I spoke with that does it's him. He does Elton John, and another guy does Billy Joel, and they do a Elton John Billy Joel dueling piano show.
Oh, that's
They
neat.
wanted like $6,000.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make money on that, so.
How big is that room?
I mean, look, if it's something you can put together, it's a really cool concept. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's also for the musicians. It's a big tip night, right? Because like everyone's kind of. That's what was cool about Howl at the Moon is like it was like one of those places where you didn't go all the time. You went for like birthday parties and bachelor parties and shit like that. And I just think it would be a really fun show to do. We just haven't found anybody that does it. You know what I mean?
Well,
If you do this, please
we might know a
contact
guy.
Rooster.
Yeah.
We might know somebody that would be interested in
I
that.
know a guy.
Well,
I'm not saying any
after the
names yet.
show, let's talk a little bit about
Yeah.
that because I'd love to bring. Again, I'm trying to entertain everybody, right? I'm trying to give whatever you're into. You know, we've learned in the year like what's working and what's not. That's why I'm kind of changing the way I book,
Yep.
my calendar and stuff. But anyway, forget about me. Let's talk more about you guys.
California.
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 Oh, that reminds me. So Emily hits me up and is like, "We're doing a Chili Peppers tribute." I'm like, "Well, what are you going to call it?" And you want to take it from there, Emily?
These motherfuckers.
This fight
You
isn't
know,
over.
while we're on the topic, I'm going to throw Trevor under the bus here also, because get fucked, Trevor. These motherfuckers, whose idea was it?
Trevor's.
It was Trevor's idea. Let's call it the Red Hot Chili Dogs.
Best band name I've
I was
ever
like,
heard.
if you want any kind of traction, if you want to be professional about this, we gotta name it something else. And Trevor wants to be all, you just don't like it because it's my idea.
Would the Chili Peppers
bruh.
have been professional about it? I don't
I mean,
think
Red
so.
Hot Chili Peppers is
They
not really
are
professional
legendary,
for a
though.
band.
We are just some dudes from Charlotte. We're just some guys.
No, we're acting though. So anything we do that's silly, it's not our fault. We're just in character being strange.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here. Michael could have done a chili dog special that night. I'm
That's
just
what I said.
saying.
We'll literally sell.
There is that angle.
There's that angle.
Michael was on my side. Michael, when I was talking to him, he's like, "What's the name of your band?" I was like, "Oh, they want to call it the Red Hot Chili Dogs," and he's like, "Y'all need a different name." I was like, "Thank you."
And then next thing you know, all across the country, they're going to be telling us that.
So they landed on their Red Hot, which is more professional. I suggest.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I suggested Californication, but that's
Yeah.
there's already one, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah, I mean it is kind of funny how like everything they wrote for like a couple of albums was California this, California that. Like,
That was our first name, just California.
California.
Yeah.
It was this close.
California.
yeah, I mean I get it. It's nice out there. I've been there a bunch of times. Still not going to live there.
No.
Way too expensive.
Hell no.
I guess when you got Red Hot Chili Peppers money, that part doesn't
That's
really
cool. You
matter.
can live wherever you want.
Yeah.
I heard Anthony rides his motorcycle everywhere in all that LA traffic.
Ooh.
I mean, it's not a bad way to get around.
Everywhere, yeah.
I mean,
That's
if you wanted
insane.
to like get off and walk, you could.
I think I'd have a driver.
I
I'm
wonder if
saying.
you can lane split
lazy.
in California, because if you could, that would make a lot of sense.
Now, I've been told that I need a
I
driver.
think you can.
That would make a lot of sense.
So, I've heard that too.
So, if when we play, is there any particular Red Hot Chili Peppers song that you'd like to hear?
Man, I've actually thought about. Like I said, I don't like to direct bands. I don't like to tell people what to do. But Blood Sugar Sex Magic is a fucking awesome album.
Oh, we got
That old
hella
people
Blood
music.
Sugar
It's
Sex
such a
Magic.
good album.
Oh, I'm one of those old people.
That is
I was including
arguably their
myself in
best
that.
album.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly, my favorite song by them is kind of. It's not. It was a very successful hit, but Soul to Squeeze is such a good fucking song.
It's on the roster.
And that would be the one that I'd want to hear.
It's on the roster.
They're
You'll
gonna
be
put it on
hearing
the
it.
roster
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's gonna be on the set list.
Oh, we started working on that shit like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we
It's just for
our
you,
set list
Michael.
is an hour, and she mentioned you wanted like an hour and a half, so I was like, all right, well, let's add more songs.
Well, the goal for this particular show was we're going to do the top. All right, so check it out. Here's what's going to happen on our New Year's Eve party. We're going to open the doors at 6, do like a little cocktail hour. Everybody kind of hang out. We'll already have done sound check, everything. And then at 7 o'clock, Viva Techie is bringing in a taco bar. So we're going to have chicken and steak tacos, chips and salsa, maybe some rice and beans. Everybody gets some food in their stomach so you can drink a lot. And
We were told
and then
children.
that's going to be out from 7 to 9. And at 9 o'clock is when the show's going to start. So we're going to have What I Got is going to go on at 9, and they're going to do an hour, right? So they'll be done at about 10. Then there will be a little bit of changeover with the instruments and everything. And then the goal was to have you guys come out and play right up until the countdown for midnight. So,
Oh,
if
shit.
you're going on around 10:30, 10:45.
It's like almost the same thing as ending Woodstock.
Yeah. And then that's how we get to close out 2023. That's how we get to start 2024. It's going to be a really fun time. And then if you wanted to, after the countdown, you can jump back in and maybe play a couple more songs, just to kind of keep the party going. But yeah, that's what to expect at our New Year's Eve party here this year at the Rooster. Tickets are $30. I feel like that's fair for a taco bar, 2 amazing tribute bands, and champagne toast. Yeah. So
It's a bargain.
I agree.
And I'm hosting, right?
Yes.
You're worth the $30 in
I hostess
Right.
with the mostest here.
Take it
I am
off.
hosting.
The green room lady.
The green room lady. Except that night, I will probably look like a fucking disco ball.
I'm
so.
gonna make you some like fan T-shirts.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
add that to the merch.
I was gonna say, are you gonna have merch?
Shirt.
We've talked about that. I don't know, like, where do you draw the line of exploiting a famous band? Like,
I mean, I think T-shirts are fine. Anything else might be a little, aggressive, but I
yeah,
don't
that's
think
kind
there's
of what I was thinking.
yeah, I
I
don't
guess
think.
it'll say chili dog, so it's not really.
Except it won't.
Actually, that's your merch idea. Sell chili peppers.
That
Yes.
was my idea when
Sell-
I came up with that. I have a chili dog guy.
We'll have like fake memorabilia.
He just has a fucking chili dog guy on him.
I
ready
do.
to
Shout
go.
out Chubb's famous chili burgers. in
Hell
Charlotte.
yeah, and his name is Chubbs.
Chubb's is
Fucking Chubbs. I got a
Delicious.
chub just thinking about it.
that's the idea.
This is why there's not a
penis
sock
jokes
big
in
enough.
this one.
When I first met Emily, I'm like, she's the same kind of weird I am. As I am. And we were back there talking before they went on. I'm like, yeah.
Nurse.
What did you say?
So yeah, I want to really experience Gastonia that night. I think I'm gonna get a hotel, or maybe just climb Crowder's Mountain.
Bro's
set
gonna
up a tent.
Dude,
rate an
have you ever done
Airbnb
that
that's
before? Have
actually
you ever
a
climbed
cardboard
Crowders?
box.
Oh, a bunch of times.
Hey, I live on Crowders. I live on the field.
Love it.
Nice.
And I'm within walking distance of like some of the trails out there. So
Yeah, we should get together.
I would love to. My wife and I, we'll hike from time to time. I like going by myself sometime. It's fun to go with friends. There's so many different ways to get up to the top of that mountain, and there's 2 sides of that mountain. Like there's the Pinnacle Peak, and then there's the Tower Peak. So I love it out there. I would.
You ever
absolutely
climb
love
in the rain or in the extreme overcast?
not in overcast, but I did go last year, or no, not last year. It was the year before last. We had a real good snowfall, and they shut everything down. But because I can walk out my backyard and hop on, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going hiking. I want to see the mountain in the snow." So that was fun because I got to see some turkeys, all kind of rabbits. I saw a fox up at the top. In fact,
snap.
I saw a fox and it kind of scared the shit out of me because like I was very, I was focused. Like I knew that there would be wildlife out, and there was all kinds of tracks in the snow and stuff. But I got up to the top, and I'm just up there soaking it all in. I made a snow angel at the top of Crowder's Mountain.
Yeah.
42 years old, and it was like,
Bucket list.
yeah. So I do that, and because I'm just kind of fucking off, and then I start to hike back down, and that's when I saw the fox. And he was standing on a rock, kind of looking down at me. I was like, "Oh."
He's like, this
shit.
motherfucker's out here making snow
Yeah,
angels.
yeah. It was-
He was probably watching you the whole time,
Yeah,
judging you,
that's-
like, what the fuck?
well, that's why I got scared because I'm like, he definitely saw me before I
This
saw him.
fucking guy.
He's like, I'm out here trying to enjoy the nice, quiet, non-human, and there's one.
And there's this motherfucker.
And it was gorgeous, covered in snow.
Oh man, all covered in snow too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
I
was.
bet
snap
you
a
it
pic.
was.
Hey yo. What?
You know the cave?
Get it?
You guys know
Nobody-
the cave?
okay.
Yeah.
On Crowder's Mountain,
Yeah.
right on the side. I was up there with some friends one day, and we come to the cave, and there's a big salt outline, like some kind of voodoo thing going on.
Wow.
And so we went in the cave, or actually, I wouldn't cross the salt line. I wasn't going to do it.
So what
but
are
they,
you?
They went in, and they took a picture of what was at the end. There was a dead rooster. Like someone had
Don't
sacrificed
say that here.
Oh, jeez.
Don't say that
a
here.
rooster.
Yeah, that.
And
Well, okay,
You're taking it back.
But hold on a minute. He didn't cross the salt line. So
I
he
didn't
didn't.
But the
cross the
fact
salt
that
line.
there's somebody out there, I wonder if that's like.
Well, no, that guy
I wonder if
died.
that was. Bleep that.
How long ago was this?
No, he didn't really die. I was just kidding.
Okay.
But but no, this was on a couple years ago.
So they literally came to snuff the rooster.
They
The
snuffed the
Crowder's
rooster
Mountain.
Yeah.
at the
can't say
the
that
end of the
here.
cave on Crowder's Mountain.
That's sad.
Wow.
Man,
Don't
wonder
go
what
over there,
kinda-
Michael.
I
I
didn't
wonder
know
if it was
anybody
meth
go
or
over there.
psychedelics they were on.
I would
I don't
hope
know, but
not
they brought salt.
psychedelics.
They brought salt.
They brought
Maybe.
salt.
Was it bath salt?
In the movies, those voodoo guys, they always use some kind of paste. I don't know what that is. I've never done I've done almost every drug, but never the paste.
No, me neither. I can't imagine getting that into something like. Oh, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, it's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother
Getting
podcast.
to
I'm not even going to
sacrifice.
speak. Yeah.
that's-
We went way up the mountain on that one, if you will.
Well, I mean, when we were kids, because I grew up out that way, like we'd all make up stories like that. Like
Those were the fun stories.
Yeah, we would do that. Like we'd have friends that are, honestly, it was mostly to scare my little brothers. Me and my friends would, make these stories up about what happens out on the mountain just to freak them out, and then we'd take them snipe hunting.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun with that growing up. Back when you could pick on your little brother and have some fun with it. We all
taking
survived.
snipe
We're all fine.
We're fine.
They're all doing well.
We're all fine.
But no, I would like Crowders anytime. But if you really want to experience Gastonia, man, definitely, see that's a Sunday, right? So maybe make a weekend of it. And if you want to do Crowders on that Saturday morning, go hike. And then I can recommend some places to eat around here. There's a really nice hotel right up the street here.
You can check
Yeah,
out the
maybe
QT
we'll
right
even
there.
exchange phone numbers and
Yeah, yeah.
that weekend we could even hit Crowders.
Yeah, we'll
maybe.
do that one then.
Something like that.
Well, fuck, let's wrap it up. We'll do that now. I mean, is there anything else you want to share? At this point, we're not even recording this show. We're just fucking
Just hanging out.
We're just chilling.
No, just thank you so much for
Yeah,
having
we
us.
really
I'm
appreciate you guys.
super excited about y'all's venue and what the concept of what y'all have going on here. I just think it's phenomenal. I'm excited to be a part of it. I mean, we all are. You guys come out to our New Year's show. Just as charismatic and goofy and funky as we are on the podcast is what we're going to be on stage.
Gonna make so many dick jokes.
Dick
We
jokes
may or may not be
galore.
naked.
It's worth the $30 just for the dick jokes.
Yeah, I'd say that's about it.
awesome. And then check out the original bands too. We got Venus Invictus. Goddamn, I can't talk.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, and then Careless. I keep want to say Careless Whisper.
I do too.
Careless
Everyone does.
Romantic.
Everyone
I'm
does.
sorry. It's such a good song. But check these guys out too. I'm guessing you're on Spotify as well and
Yep.
all wherever people listen. So again, New Year's Eve right here at the Rooster, baby. Doors open at 6. Get your tickets online. We do expect this show to sell out. Thank you so much
All right,
for being here.
Rooster.
Peace and
Selling out.
love.